Have you ever caught your cat sprawling belly up on the rug, or felt their tail quiver the second you walked inside? It warms your heart, but it begs a much deeper question. Does your cat actually love the life you provide, or are they just tolerating it? It is a thought that secretly haunts every loving cat parent. Since felines cannot speak our language, they are biologically wired to reveal their exact emotional state through tiny everyday habits. If your cat does these 10 things, you are absolutely giving them the greatest life imaginable. But pay very close attention to behavior number 6. It is a rare display of vulnerability that only 2% of truly secure cats ever reveal to their humans. Habit number 1. They strictly follow you from room to room. When you get up to grab a glass of water, they appear in the kitchen. When you walk into the bedroom, they are already pacing by the doorway. Most owners write this off as simple curiosity, but mere curiosity fades very quickly. In the wild, felines are solitary, independent creatures who do not instinctively follow anyone. However, when a cat forms a deep, secure emotional attachment to a human, they behave completely differently. They follow you because your physical presence actively regulates their nervous system. You are their anchor. Simply being in the same room as you lowers their stress and brings them an immense sense of peace. They aren't just being nosy. They are making a conscious decision to stay within your orbit because you are their ultimate safe space. Number 2, they synchronize their sleep schedule with yours. By their very nature, cats are crepuscular. This means their bodies and brains are biologically hardwired to be most active at dawn and dusk, which is the exact time their wild ancestors would hunt for prey. Naturally, their sleep cycle should clash completely with a human's typical daily routine. But when a cat deeply bonds with you, they do something absolutely remarkable. They actively override their own evolutionary biology. They will force themselves to stay awake longer during the bright daylight hours, and they will sleep much more deeply through the quiet of the night. Simply because those are the hours you are available, they rewrite their internal clock, just to spend a few more waking hours existing in your world. That is a massive biological sacrifice made purely out of devotion. Number 3, their tail stands tall and quivers when they greet you. A feline's tail is practically a standalone communication device, constantly broadcasting their exact emotional state to the world around them. When you walk through the front door and your cat trots over with their tail, standing perfectly straight up complete with a rapid little quiver, right at the very tip you are receiving the highest compliment possible. In the cat world, that specific motion is the equivalent of a massive beaming smile. They aren't doing this just because they think you're going to open a can of food. They are doing it because in that specific moment, you are the one individual they genuinely wanted to see. The next time they greet you with that excited tail quiver, be sure to answer them back with a soft, warm tone or a gentle stroke down their back to validate their affection. Number 4, they intentionally turn their back to you. Picture the harsh reality of the wild for just a second. Turning your back on another living creature is an incredibly dangerous, highly risky move. A cat that feels even slightly uneasy or unsure of their environment will absolutely never expose their backside because it is their most vulnerable blind spot. Therefore, when your cat feels relaxed enough to sit casually with their back facing you, or even drifts off to sleep in that position, it is a profound statement. It means they trust you enough to completely drop their defensive guard. They know without a shadow of a doubt that nothing bad will happen to them while you are standing behind them. This is exactly why maintaining a calm, stable home environment matters so much to their well-being. Number 5, they sleep completely belly up in front of you. The belly is the most delicate area of a cat's body. It houses and protects all of their most vital organs, and their deep survival instincts demand that it remains heavily guarded at all times. A feline will only ever expose their stomach and sleep belly up when they are absolutely certain that there is zero danger lurking nearby. When they sprawl out on the living room rug with their paws in the air, it is far more than just a comfortable sleeping position. It is a quiet, deliberate declaration. They're telling you that this specific house and the human sitting right beside them represents the safest place they have ever known in their entire life. Let's pause and think about this for a second. Every single behavior we have covered so far, following you from room to room, syncing their sleep schedule, or resting completely exposed, shares one incredibly powerful thing in common. Each of these actions places your cat in a highly vulnerable position. For a creature whose entire instinctual makeup is built around staying alert and ready to flee, choosing to let that heavy guard down is no small thing. We as humans have the luxury of using words to say how much we care, but a cat only has one real way to prove their trust. They do it by allowing themselves to be entirely soft and unguarded in your presence. Essentially, every time your cat acts completely at ease around you, they are proving that they don't have to be a tough warrior anymore. Number 6, they repeatedly knead you like a kitten. The act of kneading, often playfully called making biscuits, goes all the way back to their earliest days of kittenhood. When they were tiny, a kitten would rhythmically press their small paws against their mother to help stimulate the flow of milk. It is a biological behavior rooted deeply in warmth, security, and maternal love. If your fully grown adult cat still climbs onto your lap and begins to knead your legs or chest, it is because somewhere deep within their mind, they view you as their ultimate source of comfort. You evoke the exact same feelings of pure safety that they once experienced with their mother. Even if their sharp little claws sting your skin just a bit, try to let them have their special moment. It is their way of reverting back to a state of total innocence right there in your arms. Number 7, they actively groom your hair or skin. In feline society, there is an established behavior known as allo-grooming or social grooming. Cats strictly reserve this intimate action for the most exclusive members of their inner circle, their mother, their litter mates, and the specific humans they have officially claimed as their family. When your cat takes the time to lick your hand carefully, groom your hair, or even give your fingers a gentle little nibble, it is their way of formally welcoming you into their tight-knit pack. They are taking responsibility for your hygiene and your overall well-being. You should receive this gesture with the utmost gentleness and respect because it remains one of the most intimate, affectionate physical gestures a cat can ever possibly offer to a human being. Number 8, they give you the famous slow blink. This specific facial expression is widely considered to be the ultimate love language of the feline world, often referred to by animal behaviorists as the cat kiss. When a cat locks eyes with you and then very slowly closes and opens their eyelids, they are intentionally giving up their visual ability to scan for danger. It is a fleeting moment of chosen blindness that they would never ever risk around someone they felt unsure of. The next time you catch your cat giving you this relaxed, heavy-lidded look, try doing it right back to them. Hold their gaze softly, blink very slowly, and open your eyes. It is a profoundly quiet, entirely silent conversation that requires absolutely no words. Yet it communicates a world of mutual respect and safety. Number 9, the silent contact check while sleeping. Sleep is the absolute most vulnerable state any animal can enter. When your cat is fast asleep next to you, you might occasionally notice that they reach out just to leave one single paw resting lightly against your arm or your leg. They aren't trying to wake you up, and they aren't asking to be petted. This is what behaviorists call a contact check. In the middle of their deeply unguarded state, their subconscious mind just needs a tiny bit of physical reassurance that you are still there. By keeping one small point of contact with your body, they can instantly feel if you get up or move away. It is their silent way of staying physically tethered to you, proving that even while they are completely unconscious, losing you is a thought their mind flatly refuses to accept. Number 10, they headbutt and rub their face against you. Finally, we arrive at what might be the single most meaningful and affectionate behavior on this entire list. A cat's face, specifically around their cheeks and chin, is heavily loaded with specialized scent glands. When they purposefully walk up and gently bump their forehead against yours or aggressively rub their cheeks all over your shins, They are literally leaving their unique biological signature right on your skin. It is a quiet, undeniable declaration that you belong to them and they belong to you. This is exactly how a feline claims and marks the things they cherish the absolute most in their small world. If your cat does this to you on a regular basis, it is the clearest, most undeniable proof you will ever receive that the life you are providing for them is truly the best life they could ever ask for. Cats do not have the spoken words to tell you how incredibly grateful they are, but they have 100 subtle, beautiful ways of showing it to you every single day. Perhaps the most valuable and rewarding thing any cat parent can do is simply learn how to properly recognize these quiet signals. Out of everything we have decoded today, which of these subtle behaviors does your furry friend do the absolute most? I would love to know who is showing you this kind of deep, unconditional affection. Please drop your cat's name in the comments down below and feel free to share a special memory you have with them.